Guna TV, Ryan Wills. What did you make of the game today, mate?
Exactly what I thought it would be. I thought it would be very open, but I was more impressed with the way we started. I was very happy with the way we just basically went out there, all guns blazing, and tried to close the game down early. I was happy with that. Second half was a little bit disappointed in the way we kind of allowed Leeds to invite themselves back in, but overall, I was happy and satisfied with the performance.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be a thing for Arsenal, doesn't it? We kind of get like 2 or 3 goals up, and then we just kind of just sit back, but sit back to the point of like almost letting the other team back in the game again.
I think it's a mentality thing. I think, it's one of them things where, how can I put this? We're not obviously we know it's still a transitional period, and blame it or not, if you like Arteta or not, it's still something we need to build on in this mentality in terms of trying to close these games down early and stay on top of what we're doing instead of just sitting back and expecting the team to just fold it, because teams are not going to do that. That's something we need to work on going forward, but that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah. Do you think we missed Partey today because he would have kind of like protected our back four a bit better?
I don't know, to be honest, I hadn't even thought about Partey at all today. I mean, he would have definitely helped us a lot bit more in terms of trying to close down the Leeds players breaking in through the midfield. But I think we did all right today without him. I think it would have been, we possibly would have got a lot more goals if he was in there today. So that's probably the only thing. But other than that, I think Ceballos and Xhaka did well enough. I can't believe I'm saying it, but they did well enough to make us not think about, Partey, we're missing him. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. What did you make of Ødegaard's Premier League debut, or full debut, should I say? Do you think he's good enough to play for Arsenal next season to buy him permanently, or is the jury still out for you?
I think for me, from what I knew about Ødegaard, a lot of people have been talking about him. It's very high in potential. This game, he done all right, I liked what he did today. I think he probably got 1 or 2 things I was a bit, but it's nothing. The passing, the movement, I thought he did well. Just, I was a little bit unfortunate that he didn't get a goal, but I still want to watch him. I think it's still a bit too early to say, let's sign him up or send him back or anything, to be honest. But I like his potential so far. So let's just keep watching, innit?
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised that he played Ødegaard and Smith Rowe in the starting lineup. Do you think that might have been because obviously Pepe was up against his old mate Alioski, and there was rumours in the press that Alioski was happy he was facing him? Do you think that was why he did it?
I didn't really think about it until now you said that. I was more in terms of maybe Benfica, because that's coming up and we're going to need him for that. I would have personally liked to have seen Pepe start. I did say that in my match preview, but I don't know if the press thing's got anything to do with it. And when we saw the game, we saw Alioski walk straight past Pepe as Pepe was stretching, and no contact. But I don't know. I don't think it's got anything to do with that personally, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, he even put Willian on, didn't we, when we was like 3 or 4-0 up? I mean, Pepe for me has been a different player since he's been playing on the left. What do you make of it? Do you think that's his natural position? Do you play more on the left, or what's your thoughts on it?
I think it's working. Don't try Don't try to fix what's not broken.
Yeah, good point.
He works there. He's comfortable there. The only issue I have with it is Martinelli. But at the same time, where is Martinelli? I think Martinelli, because he's young as well, we can kind of fluctuate with him. We can play him on the right. We can play him up top.
Yeah, he can play everywhere.
So I think the only thing I think going forward is Pepe needs to make that left his own. And if we're going to get rid of Lacazette in the summer, then Aubameyang needs to be the centre forward. Whatever happens with Balogun, we'll talk about it. The same with Nketiah. And we'll just work something around with Martinelli, because I think Nelson's probably going to be sold as well. But Pepe, left is his best position. Do not put him back on that right, because he looks so one-footed on that
Yeah.
right-hand side, and Saka's pretty much cemented that for his own. I'd rather Saka stay there.
Already.
Pepe stay on the left. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. I think for me, Saka's just a right winger. Don't play him left unless there's mad injuries at Arsenal going forward. Do you know what I'm saying? So Pepe left, thumbs up for me.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. I think Martin, he can play, all the way across that front three. And Pepe's got that one trick where he kind of comes in and tries to curl one in. It's not what you want a £72 million player doing, really, is it? Moving on to Saka again. Like, I love this kid. This kid for me could do everything. It doesn't really matter where you play him. It's like we bought someone from Real Madrid for 50 million quid. Just even at left back. Just he's brilliant. What do you make of his performance today? I mean, I know Aubameyang's got to get man of the match because he's got a hat trick, but I thought he was brilliant today.
Saka is just doing Saka things. This is what it's called, Saka things, man. I mean, Saka is awesome. I love this kid. I mean, I can never say, even when he has a bad game, he still impresses me because he doesn't do enough to say, oh, he was the worst player on the pitch, because he always leaves his heart out on there. He always runs. He's always trying to find people. There was a little incident with him and William with the 1-2. I kind of just said they need to work on that communication situation. And obviously he hit the post as well. I mean, Saka for me is just simply amazing. He is the first person on the team sheet. Forget Aubameyang, forget Smith Rowe, forget Leonard, Saka. And I love those two as well, by the way. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. But I'm just saying, Saka for me is so important. We ranted and raving about Aubameyang last season because of how important his goals was. Saka, come on, man. I love this kid. I'm sorry. I'm too excited when I talk.
I agree, mate. If we'd have bought him off Real Madrid for 50 million quid and he'd been Brazilian, everyone would be raving about him, wouldn't they? So, So just sort of second to last question. We kind of capitulated a bit, like we sort of touched on earlier. Bellerin again for me switched off in defence. We've got Benfica coming up, and more importantly, probably Man City in next Sunday. What would you like to see us improve on? How we've got to improve to get a result against City, especially?
Well, we can't fall asleep, and on top of that, we need to start on the word go. The way we started against Wolves, the way we started today, it has to be it. Because listen, Benfica, I know they're fourth in their league, but listen, there's still good opposition regardless. Manchester City, they've been on a magnificent run, and you got to think about how they started in the Premier League. Now they're top of the table. They're 7 points clear of Man United, and they've been on a renowned winning run. We need to be careful. Remember City last season in December, they battered us 3-0 within 15 minutes. We cannot allow that to happen. So unfortunately, because we don't know what's going on with Kieran Tierney right now with his injury situation, and Thomas Partey, we don't know how long they're going to be out for. It's going to be tough. And Bellerin will do Bellerin things. He scored the goal. Cool. I was happy with that. But again, he allowed, was it Costa, to just go side him easily. He's not even looking. And this is the thing with Bellerin. This is why a lot of us want him out, because defensively, he's asleep. He's awful. He can't defend. All he could do is attack. So my thing is, he just needs to sort that out. We all need to just be very cautious, defend, start off the game on the front foot, and just defend, because we can defend decently, but just start off on the front foot, and then maybe we have a good chance in Benfica. But City's going to be tough either way. So yeah.
No, I agree, mate. Like you said there, we started well against Wolves, and today on other games against like Villa, absolutely, switched off in the first minute. Just to finish off, mate, who's your man of the match today?
It's a toughie. It's a toughie because there's a few contenders for me. Saka's definitely a contender for man of the match. I think I even think I'd even give a shout to Odegaard. I think he played very well, but I have to give it to Aubameyang personally, not just because of the hat trick, but the fact that he didn't let his head drop. Because Aubameyang, for me, he hasn't really been playing well this season. We know. Plus, he's had that situation with his mother. And thank God she's all right. But he stepped up today. But I feel, he needs to keep it going. And hopefully his season starts now because we're going to need him for the remainder of the season. So for me, I'm going to have to get to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.